Welcome to my show. And it has
Thank
been-
you so much for having me here. I'm really flattered to know that you thought I was worthy of being here.
I want to know,
There hasn't been one moment was in nature. Actually, from a small town in MP. So I've grown up amongst just nature. You know, as kids in a small town, there's not a lot of recreational activities. So for us, that one major outing that used to happen very often was our visit to this national park, which is very close to our hometown. The national park is Kanche National Park, so a relative visiting your house or friends visiting or anybody who comes home to see you, you have to take them out somewhere if somebody is living with you for a few days. So we ended up just going to the forest. Wildlife and safaris and all of that were my favorite part of childhood. So I feel like I felt the closest connection to nature in my childhood going to the wildlife.
once.
Yes, and we didn't even know the value of it as kids, It was just like, because this was the only option. Now that we've grown up, I'm like, I need to go back to my town. And it's so difficult to plan now. As a kid, I didn't know what I was going to be. I just knew that I have to work very hard to be successful in life, and I wanted to be that. So I was really driven. I was like the first in class of my school. So, I was that kid that other kids were just like, we don't like this child because our parents keep giving that example, that one. I wanted to pursue, I wanted to be a professional. I didn't know what. I wanted to be either an army or a doctor. I actually went to law school. I'm a qualified lawyer. But I think universe, God had different plans. While studying in law school, I realized that this is not my calling, and I started modeling just as a side thing, just to earn some pocket money. I'm just grateful that I realized in time what I truly wanted to do, and now I'm happy that I'm living my dream. So I come from a middle class family. My parents are very simple, and my parents have been into fitness and healthy lifestyle. So I feel like what I am today is definitely has got a lot to do with my upbringing. My dad used to do yoga. So I'm doing Surya Namaskar since I was a baby. I was a little bit of a weaker child. So since my childhood, I was given super healthy food. So, I feel my food choices, my lifestyle choices, fitness, being conscious about my fitness, all of that comes from my parents, so I feel it's in the family, and I feel actually what I am today, a lot of credit goes to my parents for that.
You spoke about yoga and how your parents' life,
Yes.
capacity of your lines to everything, or some choices that you have.
Okay, so to begin this answer, I will firstly just clarify that I love food. And like I said before, as a kid only, I've always just enjoyed my greens. I've enjoyed fruits, and I've enjoyed all healthy things. Doesn't like junk. I'm somebody who naturally wouldn't offer cookies and fried food and chips and things like that. So I eat well, and I eat everything just healthy and in moderation. Survive long days of work, to be active, to be energetic, to, I think, remember my lines where food is definitely a very important aspect in our lives. And I make sure no matter what is not in place, no matter how hard, food always has to be in place. I always carry my food.
Perfect.
My assistant, sometimes when I'm not able to carry, he's always carrying food. Food is not there, ma'am can get cranky. Sleep, you're traveling, things are very hectic.
Right.
But if food is in place, I'm all right.
Means from a young age, my son.
Oh yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. Yeah. Most definitely, without a doubt, I will go for something that makes me truly happy, because I think you will be truly happy only with something that you truly love doing. For me, I think if you love what you do and you are really happy doing it, you will automatically be successful in that. Best of both, why not?
Absolutely.
So if you're happy, there's a chance that you may even be successful. But if you're just seeking success, you might not even get success and might not even be happy, is how I would see it. I think so.
We get inspired.
I feel social media in today's time and age has become one of the most important tools, So I think the biggest example is Sadhguru. Moving mountains, he's doing things that I have never seen anybody do before. I think a few years ago he did something related to the rivers, which was River Rally.
Yes.
I wasn't even aware of something like strong stance and his passion for it. He got so many of us to come together too. And the latest right now is Save Soil movement.
Yes.
So I feel like social media is a very powerful, and it's very important that people with a voice, if they take something like this up about climate change, we can really make a difference to the world.
Media
Exactly.
twins.
Yes. So for me, I feel like conscious living means being aware that your actions have consequences, and then choosing wisely, choosing mindfully the products that you use for your skin, for your hair, for your home. Just making sure that these things are eco-friendly in any way, not damaging anything that is going to eventually affect lives. So I feel if we can just take baby steps in that direction, that's a great way of going forward. It is true, and also I think difficult, because every person has to make that effort.
Right.
It's each one of us, all our small little choices that I feel impact so largely. So
Friendly.
I have a few clothing brands that I absolutely love that I feel are eco-friendly. Today I'm wearing Sukriti Akriti, and I feel this is cotton, linen,
Beautiful.
khadi.
Okay.
I could choose 2-3 outfits, and I was like, no, this is sustainable, so let's wear this. I am trying to make small choices are great. I just feel like I have really sensitive skin. And for me, fabric feels on my skin, and whenever I choose something that's more eco-friendly, it feels better on the skin as well. Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So when I have a choice, I love to wear what is more comfortable and what feels great.
Right.
So I feel these are small steps I'm taking now in that direction.
No, that's a great way to start. And where?
So Shilpa, I've always been somebody who's inclined in this direction. So for me, whenever I have the time off from work and from shoots, towards becoming a better version of myself, every way. And I feel like Sadhguru has some tools to help you be a better human being, a more conscious human being. I want to always work towards becoming better and more aware of myself and more mindful of every little thing that I do, because they tend to make such a big difference to your life. So so I felt like I have an inclination towards that, and it's an inner calling. It's not some incident that has happened in my life that inspired me towards it. I am somebody who the meditative state, I want to learn to meditate better. I've gone for Vipassana before. I want to be able to be better. You know, especially in our life, I feel there are so many small little things that are actually in the long run not so important. You know, you should not feel like this, you know it, but you don't know how to not feel it. It will affect you, and then you're like, no, I should not. I should be above all of this. But then you have to work towards becoming that.
True.
You are aware that this is not okay, but you don't know how to do better. So I feel like we all need to constantly work towards it and just strive in that direction whenever you get an opportunity. So for me, I want to just be able to have a healthier, more conscious lifestyle.
Yes.
Be a better person, a more conscious. For me, spirituality is something that I have always leaned on. It has helped me become a little bit more aligned, more centered, more grounded. So spirituality is just understanding that there is this universal power, this cosmos together,
Absolutely.
just playing our part.
Right.
So I just want to play my part in the best possible way while I'm here. That is so different.
Yes.
Religion, I mean, I'm not sure if I'm as religious as I am spiritual.
Right.
I am religious also because that's been my upbringing, but I think I would call myself a more spiritual person.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So because of the character you're playing,
I think I actually don't have a choice just being born the way I'm born, because I'm born with a super sensitive skin. When I'm on a movie set or if we are going for promotions and stuff, you have to still stick to a certain look. So that you don't have a say, you have to go with what is truest to the character you're playing in. The strategy for that could be, so playing a character or promoting a film, we only have that much of a choice. And I have to choose clothes for myself. I just tend to gravitate. I'm telling you, I'm not even like consciously making an effort. I just gravitate towards more eco-friendly synthetic clothes, and those fabrics give me rashes, and I just turn red. So I don't have an option. God has just made me like that. If I'm given a choice between this outfit and another outfit in a different fabric, I will go for this because this feels better on the skin, I guess. And my body tells loud and clear. So my body does not agree with a lot of fabrics that are not eco-friendly. A lot of cottons and linens and super soft eco-friendly fabrics and outfits.
And
wow. I mean, I think we all can do small steps towards it, as long as we can be aware of the kind of clothes we are wearing. I know that fast fashion, it includes those kind of clothes that, so I feel if we can be aware of the fabrics that we are wearing, and maybe not buy so much of clothes which are just super trendy, but they need to be, I think we all can repeat outfits also. As actors, I think a lot of actors have started repeating outfits, because if it's not needed, why? Supposed to be the most damaging to the environment is what I know. So maybe if we can buy lesser of those clothes that damage the environment, and if you have them, then repeat it. More eco-friendly, because I feel now that we are in this generation, everything is affecting us, and in our future generation it's only going to get worse. So I feel small conscious choices by each one can make a lot of difference. So I would like to just propagate that. I'm really trying to make conscious choices. I love that you believe that I do. But yes, baby steps, I'm trying my best to. The last couple of years only, I've become aware of the products that I'm using in my kitchen and in my room. We had no option but to go to supermarkets ourselves and buy these products. That was the first time I actually started reading the labels, how it's made, what are the ingredients. So I feel like it's very important if we can just make sure that the products that we are using are eco-friendly. Actually, just a few days ago, I had a chat with a friend, and he was telling me that he at some point was using palm oil. Oil is leading to deforestation, and deforestation is making the orangutans lose their habitat. And there are such few of them right now that they are. Friend was like, I'm going to stop using palm oil. I'm going to use another oil now.
Wow.
And I thought this story was so inspiring. I feel like if all of us can make these small steps, can take these small steps and make these small changes in our lives. Exactly. Of your, the consequences of our actions and the consequences of our lifestyle choices can make so much of a difference to the planet. Started affecting us. I feel a few decades ago, maybe it wasn't so bad, but now we are on the verge of things going down. We are seeing the impact of climate change. We are seeing the impact of nature's wrath. We're seeing the balance getting disturbed.
Yes.
We see like how actually before we started the chat, you mentioned about untimely rains affecting the produce, affecting farmers, affecting all of us. So I feel it's a vicious circle. One thing is affecting the other.
Absolutely.
So as long as we can take these small steps, I feel it's a really big step in the right direction.
You're so true about it.
The 3 pieces of advice that I'd like to give to younger generation would be, like what we discussed before, love what you do, because that's very, very important. And if you're happy and you're seeking brilliance in what you truly love, you will be successful. My second piece of advice would be to dream big, because there's nothing impossible. There's nothing unachievable. As long as you can conceive it, perceive it, it's possible to achieve it. Wow. Don't be afraid, dream big. And actually my third point is be fearless. you will always face failures. There will be failures, there will be criticism. Go for it. You have to have the courage to follow your dreams. Be fearless in the pursuit of whatever you're seeking, and you will get the results. To the younger generations to excel in their fields, and I feel like if they can make conscious choices in terms of their career in the sense, if they are opening up, say for example, a factory, they are using ways and means to minimize the production of trash, making sure it's done in the most eco-friendly way, not damaging the environment in any way. So follow your dreams, excel in it, but make sure you don't damage the environment or cause pollution. Imbalance in nature, because all of this is going to eventually affect your life and your lifestyle and your future generations. So be successful, be happy, love what you do, but make sure it's healthy and you're in you're in sync and in tandem with nature and nature's laws.
But that's a
if
fact.
it's possible, correct. Which will need a lot of work, but there's no time better than now.
Yes.
To be honest, I don't think it's very easy, because on a film set there's a large number of people from all stratas of society. And not everyone is knowledgeable enough. I feel like small little changes, like avoiding the use of plastic and maybe using something that's more biodegradable, like those cups and cans, can be helpful. Using your own personal water bottle, which maybe not made of plastic, but something that can be reusable, cups, all of that, or bottles, steel bottles, all of that can be really helpful. So this is a very small thing, and I feel the other thing could be, on a film set we are shooting indoors, outdoors, if we can just ensure, leave the place the way you got it, or when you arrived, how it was. If you can leave it the same way, that can go a long way, because there are so many times that we travel to far off locations, stunning locations, for by the time we leave there's just a lot of I feel that happens unknowingly, and in our country, and India being the country which is known to the world as a conscious country. We come from a land where awakening has happened. We come from the land of Buddha, the Sadhguru. We are the center of spirituality, I feel. In the world, people come to our country for yoga, for spirituality. We are teaching the world about everything. So it's a contradiction, it's an oxymoron, that we being the most conscious and aware country, we are not imbibing these things, and we're not living it, when we are probably supposed to be the examples of it. Just simple things like don't leave your trash in outside, like pick up the way you got it, the way you got all of those things, pick it up and take it back and throw it where it's supposed to be thrown. Even in the film industry, it can go a long way. And I feel a lot of film sets are being aware of it. Like I have read in the news a few times also that a very big project once was criticized, that they shot near a beach and there was a lot of trash, that from next time onwards, that film unit made sure that wherever they were shooting after that, they made sure they left the place cleaner than they found it. So yes, I feel now that people are becoming aware and people are being appreciated for these actions. They are being encouraged to do more and more of this. So I feel these are small little changes that I have already seen, and I'm hoping that more and more film units can make these changes, I feel, and it can be helpful. I hope so. I feel like for an actor, when you sign up for this, you know that this is your lifestyle. Criticism and applause, it's like two sides of the same coin. You are being authentic to yourself, you're being true to yourself, and you love what you do, and you know that, and you accept yourself for that and truly love yourself. Nothing affects you, because who you are is who you are. That's not going to change, cannot affect you after a point. So I feel like one just needs to be really self-assured and really authentic. If you're trying to please people and not being yourself, that is harmful. So you need to be a very, very self-assured person. You could be however you are, but as long as you know this is who you are, the criticism and applause doesn't matter.
Right.
I feel. And anything too much is not good. To your head too much is not good. So we need to be grounded and balanced and centered. So I feel like this is how I see it. Spirituality also, because I want to be neutral.
Yes.
I want to maintain that neutral stance that no matter how successful you get, or no matter even if you're going through a little bit of a low in your life, I want to be that person. So no matter what the criticism is or the applause, I am who I am. Oh, it's every day. Small incidents, right?
Yes.
There are things that will affect you, but then you have to keep coming back to yourself. That is how I was speaking about Sadhguru's tools. I'm like, I want to equip myself with these tools so that going a little straying away from the path, I know how to bring me back.
Right.
Don't let these things affect you. Don't go too much here, too much there. Just be neutral as much as possible.
Right.
Okay. I would normally say that I would like to avoid using plastic and use the other options instead, something that can be recycled. But I know in my line of work, it's not the easiest thing to do. So I will take a new resolution today, already happening in my life. I think from today, I'll just try to be more conscious of the products that I use in my life. Just also, but I think I want to genuinely bring this change in my life. The food that I eat, the products that I use for my skin. Yes, I have just visited your store, Sustain Cart, and I am so fascinated by all the products, and especially your line of your skincare line. So very, very fascinating, and I want to be able to use products that are generally eco-friendly, conscious to animals or nature in some way.
Right.
So I will make sure that I read the label, I read the ingredients, and I understand how it's made. So that is one resolution I take here today.
Fabulous.
Right.
Okay.
Beaches, forests, valleys, animals, plants, water, sun, roses, fruits, gardening. Let's say sunset because I see that more. Oceans, snow. Fascinated.
Okay.
Rain we see every year.
Okay.
Snow is like unique experience. Trekking, cottage, house, city, scuba diving, summers. I love heat. I can't stand cold. Though I answered snow, but that was for one unique experience. But otherwise, I love everything hot.
You remember what for what you are? God.
Salad. Yes. I also got to know myself a little bit.
Okay.
Wow, thank you so much. Your influence, it's people like you who I really look up to. And like I was telling you before, there are these small little things that you do that are so fascinating. To be able to do these little things and to think the way I think today.
For you to say that.
Thank you so much.